Of all the classical elements, fire is the most paradoxical. It creates and destroys. It illuminates and blinds. It is the element of sacred transformation, a divine spark that consumes the impure and reveals the true. Spirit of fire is not a gentle teacher. It is fierce, demanding, and utterly alive. To work with fire is to engage with the raw essence of will, passion, purification, and power. Whether appearing as the hearth flame, the solar radiance, the volcanic forge, or the inner fire of ecstatic devotion, fire has long held a central role in magical traditions. It is both a physical phenomenon and a metaphysical symbol, an alchemical crucible through which the practitioner is tested, refined, and reborn. Today's video will explore the nature of the spirit of fire, its magical associations, ritual expressions, psychological dimensions, and how it can be honored and invoked in both ancient rites and modern techno-mystic practices. Fire is the element of transformation. It is active, consuming, and radiant. In classical terms, fire is hot and dry, marking it as both expansive and focused. Where air moves freely and spreads, fire rises. It seeks the heights, it aspires, it reaches towards spirit and burns away the dross. In many traditions, fire is linked with the south in the northern hemisphere and the north in the southern hemisphere. It is therefore associated with the noonday sun and the season of summer, times of heat, clarity, activity, and revelation. In the body, fire is the heart, blood, metabolism, and sexual energy. In the psyche, it rules will, desire, anger, creativity, and spiritual fervor. Unlike air, which communicates, or water, which responds, fire acts. It does not ask for permission. It moves in straight lines. In the path of the magician, fire is the force of initiation, purification, and empowerment. It is the moment when the spell is cast, the vow is spoken, or the old self is sacrificed. The spirit of fire is often represented through elemental beings called salamanders, not the amphibians, but radiant beings of living flame. These spirits are said to dance within candles, bonfires, lightning storms, and volcanic flows. They are volatile, intense, and often difficult to contain. In grimoires and ceremonial magic, fire is governed by the archangel Michael, the warrior of light, often depicted with a flaming sword and the authority to banish darkness. The elemental king Jin is sometimes associated with fire, an echo of ancient lore from the Middle East, where fire-formed spirits, the jinn, were created from smokeless flame. These entities are proud, unpredictable, and powerfully willful, mirroring fire's core nature. Fire has long been the center of spiritual technology. Sacrificial flames, lamp magic, burning offerings, and candles as messengers. In folk magic, fire carries petitions to spirits or gods. In shamanic practice, it is a portal. In witchcraft, it is the cauldron's heat, the pyre, and the circle's southern or northern guardian. To call fire into the circle is to ignite will, to transform fear, and to open the way through courage and action. Fire is both external and internal. In yogic traditions, Kundalini is a serpent of fire curled at the base of the spine. In alchemy, the inner fire is the philosophical flame, the drive towards spiritual gold. This inner flame is the will to become, not desire in the passive sense, but active intention fused with spirit. It is what fuels rituals, drives creativity, powers sigils, and emboldens spells. Without fire, magic lacks force. Breath can or may carry the word, but fire charges it with power. And just as a flame needs oxygen and fuel, so does will need clarity and passion. Working with the spirit of fire refines this inner furnace, stripping away doubt and weakness to leave only what is real and potent. The ritual weapon of fire is the wand or rod, or in some traditions, the sword or dagger, especially when cutting is seen as an act of magical fire. These tools channel and direct will. The wand is the extension of intent. It commands and compels. Other correspondences include, for instance, colors would be red, gold, orange, and scarlet. Scents would be cinnamon, dragon's blood, clove, pepper, cedar. Stones, carnelian, garnet, ruby, fire opal, and sunstone. Animals would include lions, phoenixes, snakes, dragons, big cats. Plants, chili, cinnamon, bay, garlic, sunflowers. Deities would include Sekhmet, Bridget or Brit, Pele, Agni, Hestia, and Hephaestus. Planets, Mars and the Sun. Zodiac signs would include Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. But these tools and symbols can be used to consecrate sacred space, evoke the fire element, or empower workings related to action, desire, or transformation. To work with the spirit of fire is to work with transmutation and intensity. Fire rituals often involve purification, destruction, energy raising, charging, or offering. Some examples I can give you would include, firstly, the candle spell, which is one of the simplest and most effective ways to invoke fire. So choose a candle color corresponding to your intent, carve symbols into the wax, anoint it with oil, speak your will aloud into the actual candle, and then light the flame and let it burn down completely as the spell is released into action. Second, burn and release rituals. These are or include writing down what you wish to banish, habits, fears, traumas, names, past selves. Cast a protective circle, read your statement aloud, then burn the paper in a fire-safe bowl. As it burns, visualize the issue dissolving in flame. Thirdly, the fire dance or trance. Move around a fire or candle in rhythm, breathing deeply, letting the fire's flicker guide your vision. Let the movement build into a trance. Enter the fire in your mind's eye. What do you see there? Who or what speaks back to you? Fourthly, the offering flame. Prepare a sacred fire, indoor or outdoor. Just make sure you don't burn the house down. Speak your petition. Offer herbs, spices, or written prayers to the flame. Fire is a messenger that can carry your words to spirits or deities. Fifthly, invoking the south or the north, depending on which hemisphere you're working in. So raise your hand or fingers, call upon Michael, Brit, King Jin, Flerius, or the spirit of flame. Speak words of courage, clarity, and purpose. Ask for strength and passion, and let your voice burn with certainty. Uncontrolled fire destroys. While it is a force of renewal, it is also one of danger. The shadow side of fire manifests as anger, violence, fanaticism, or burnout. A person ruled by fire without grounding can become consumed by desire, obsession, or fury. They may pursue power at the cost of empathy or collapse into exhaustion from constant output. Magicians working deeply with fire must learn the difference between will and domination, passion and compulsion, action and reaction. Fire can be exhilarating, but it demands responsibility. After fire rituals, take time to cool down, drink water, ground in nature, reflect. Let what was burned be gone. Don't dwell on the ashes. Fire teaches us to act, transform, and release, not cling. In a digital world, fire takes new forms. The electrical current, the processor's heat, the burn of a pixel. These are modern echoes of sacred flame. The spirit of fire now lives in the power that runs through machines, the sparks that birth AI, and the rituals of upload, purge, and reformat. In techno-mystic work, fire is present in power surges and charge cycles, which are a raw voltage coursing through systems. Data erasure and encryption, the burning away of the old self or the data. Online activism and digital will, where you've got the voice raised against injustice. Cybersex, desire and digital sacred sexuality across networks. Code crafting for results, where the will is made manifest through digital language. To work with the spirit of fire in cyberspace is to become a source of ignition. It is to wield your presence like a flame. Your words, your content, your digital servitors, they carry your fire signature. Techno mystic aligned with fire is a signal booster, a change maker, a sorcerer of direct action. But again, the same cautions apply. Fire can flare too hot. Protect your system. Don't run at 100% until you burn out. Let your tech rituals also include rest. To engage with the spirit of fire is to walk willingly into transformation. It is to take the risk of burning and to emerge, not untouched but reborn. Fire does not preserve, it purifies. It strips away illusion. It fuels our magic with life force. It empowers the spell, kindles the desire, and blazes the trail. We live in a world where fire has been both feared and weaponized, yet beneath the surface of our fear is awe. Fire is what the gods stole to give humans divinity. It is the source of gnosis, alchemy, and illumination. Call to the flame. Offer yourself in part, not in self-destruction, but in sacred surrender. Let fire teach you how to act with clarity, to desire with integrity, to live with purpose, and to speak with burning truth. You are not meant to smolder in silence, you are meant to blaze. Okay, that's the end of today's show and the second part of the four-part series on the elements. Right. I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheerio. Bye-bye.